Hello, I'm Philip Drew and I am in my final year of my part-time PhD at Cranfield. And my area of research is the selection of auditors by FTSE 350 companies. Why is that interesting? From a theoretical point of view, the area of professional services supplier selection is under-researched. And in fact, there's no recent study on auditor selection in the FTSE 350. And from a practical point of view, recent regulatory developments requiring audit tenders has put a lot of pressure on FTSE 350 companies, who in the past have not really conducted those processes, and so now being faced with a requirement to do these tenders, they've got a practical problem, and my research is directly relevant to that. So what am I doing? I'm conducting semi-structured interviews with those people who've been involved in the selection of auditors, the senior executives and non-executives of FTSE 350 companies, and asking them what went on during the process and what was important to them. And my research is now concluded, and I'm analysing and writing up. So what's it telling me? What's it telling us? It's essentially identifying that auditor selection is a broader and more complicated issue than perhaps you might suspect if you look at the traditional supplier selection literature. And the research has identified that there are 5 principal elements that are at play in influencing auditor selection. And the 5 are, there is an assessment of the capability and competence of the proposing teams going on. There is an element of the past relationships that companies have had with the firms and the teams. There is an element of service design, making comparatives between the offerings of the firms and how they develop through the process. And fourthly, and most importantly I think, there is a huge behavioural influence, which is not only about adapting design, but it's behaviour in its purest sense. So people selecting people, for example, because they listened more or they appeared to be more hungry for the work. And the 5th area of influence is the actual decision-making process itself, how it was involved, how it evolved, and who was involved, and how they came about the decision. And I think there's a combination of those 5 influences that are at play in auditor selection, which would be a different model as compared with what you might expect if you went for the procurement of some other things, more physical things, or indeed other services.